35 residents of St. Elizabeth can now boast of having ownership of a prized piece of the rock. They were presented with their certificates of title by Prime Minister Andrew Holness during a special titling ceremony hosted by the National Land Agency, NLA, at the Newell High School on Wednesday. This is the first group of persons to be awarded titles under the NLA's inaugural systematic land registration program, which seeks to assist persons to obtain titles for undisputed property they have lived on for upwards of 12 years. In his address at the handover ceremony, Mr. Holness said government is moving methodically to get titles in the hands of Jamaicans. He said there were still far too many persons who occupy land uninterrupted for generations who are fearful of approaching the government to obtain titles.
What we recognized was happening was that there are not many Jamaicans who felt the need to approach the state to say, I want title for the land, because the process is so involved. It is so expensive. It is so intimidating. And then there are those who just feel, boy, if I go ask, maybe they will take the land away from me. So better I just leave it as it is. So we are having this ceremony here today, this, I wouldn't say elaborate, but well-organized ceremony. Not for us to take advantage of the political benefit of handing out titles and to make the grand political speech that we're going to hand out over 20,000 titles by the next 2 years. 3 years, Minister, you did make the speech. I suspect you're waiting on me to do it. But in 3 years, we will be handing out 20,000 titles. And we will make much of that because it is a big political gain. But today, what I really wanted to communicate to the people of Jamaica is that we are in a different dispensation of land settlement in the country.
The Prime Minister also used the occasion to encourage the land title recipients who reside in the communities of Flagaman, Berlin, Potsdam and Burnt Savannah to use the documents to create avenues for their economic advancement.
Aside from the deep-seated desire to say, I own a piece of Jamaica. And yes, for many, the most important title is the land title, without question. But why is it so important? Your land title opens up a vista of opportunities for economic growth and development. Having the state of Jamaica say, I stand behind your claim on land, that nobody else can challenge you on this land, gives you immediately an economic advantage to go to a bank or other lending agency and say, I have an asset that the government of Jamaica say, I alone own this asset and nobody else can challenge it. And therefore, it is safe to do business with me. That's a powerful tool.
Also addressing the gathering, CEO of the NLA and Commissioner of Lands, Sharice Walcott, thanked the various stakeholders for their support in the process. She also said her agency remains committed to providing an efficient and transparent land titling system that guarantees security of tenure for Jamaicans.
We will continue to support the government's thrust to ensure that citizens' rights to land ownership are protected by making continuous improvements to our service delivery standards, introducing innovative products to enhance citizens' access to our service, and increase revenue generation, as well as strengthen capacity building initiatives so that our staff can provide a high-quality service to our customers. Land is at the heart of development. Secure land tenure is thus vital to building the inclusive, resilient, and sustainable communities that will propel economic and social progress well into the future.